Hey, and just like that, here we are. How is everybody doing? And where have I been? So, haven't felt like being online. We had another very unexpected tragedy. My wife's daughter got sick and died just that quick. My stepdaughter, very unexpected, and my wife and her were very close, very, very close. So that's another one. My brother and my granddaughter. It's been a rough year for sure. And speaking of passing away, I had been in the hospital for 9 days and had 3 rounds of treatment for white blood cell cancer. And I talked to Zanime on the phone, and she said, John Roberts passed away. And I had in my head Kylie's grandfather, Robert's son. And I talked about that and just screwed it up totally because it was her father that passed away. And I know that probably had to hurt her feelings. But anyway, certainly wasn't done intentionally. And it was kind of wild to learn that, here's this lady on the other side of the country that gets tangled up in this, all this Upchurch, reckless crap that Upchurch did. And come to find out, her father grew up right here. Literally, right here. There's a little bitty town just down the road here called Malta. Sets on the Muskingum River. And that's where her dad grew up. I mean, what a coincidence. But anyway, get that out of the way. I want to talk about this lunacy and the demons at play. The MAGA movement was solid and powerful. Charlie Kirk was a prolific voice to the youth that elected Trump. I mean, flat out, Charlie Kirk was probably responsible Trump being elected both times due to the youth vote that he brought. Charlie was a soldier in the Lord's army who walked right into the face of these war demons on college campuses that have been indoctrinating and spoiling the minds of our youth. And, he faced it fearlessly. He was threatened. Every time he spoke publicly, there was a chance somebody was going to do something to him. And that's one of the things that's been the most disturbing to see, is because 1 or 2 YouTubers have divided the MAGA movement and completely destroyed Charlie's life work and his legacy. Instead of everybody talking about all the awesome stuff that Charlie did and carrying out his vision, because when Charlie was first assassinated and we saw the people that were responsible for it celebrating gleefully, people started going to church. There was this new, this whole new movement started, and to see people click on shock face conspiracy thumbnails only. They won't ever go look at anything else. You know, the conspiracy channels get way more views than somebody just giving you the facts. And to see people buy into these ridiculous, silly, absurd, and physically impossible conspiracies so easily. And they're at the point now, the people that do believe this stuff, the small-minded simpletons, the uneducated, low IQ simpletons that will believe such a far-fetched bunch of nonsense, they are so invested now that they will go out of their way to discount any evidence that would suggest otherwise, while they completely support something that has absolutely not a shred of evidence to support it at all. And then they grossly exaggerate facts to themselves and then pretend that those gross exaggerations are facts. They lie to themselves and then convince themselves that those lies are actually real. And then they refuse to believe something for no reason. They just refuse to believe it. And because they refuse to believe it, it's a lie. And it has divided us when we needed unity the most. Everybody that is engaged in the conspiracy crap is an enemy. To the conservative movement and the Republican vote. You're an enemy. You're aiding the Democrats, doing exactly what they wanted you to do, doing exactly, just playing into their hand like children reaching for candy. And I see you as just incredibly horrible, weak people. Weak. You've let demons take over. Heavy duty country, you are a massive piece of trash. You're an embarrassment to any Republican or any conservative or anything country. You're an embarrassment to being an American, and you are a Democrat hero. I mean, let's just take a look at something, for example, okay? For example, it bothers me that I even have to do this stuff. Let's take a look at something. Let me grab the link real quick here. I just want to show you how trashy Heavy Duty Country is. What a trash human being he is. Trashiest person to ever pretend. Okay, I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me well. Heavy Duty Country is the biggest fraud and piece of trash to ever pretend to be a conservative American. There's nothing country about him. He can't even drive a stick shift vehicle. And he literally carries water for Democrats daily while driving a wedge between every MAGA voter that ever was tricked into watching his shit. All right, let me pull this up. I'm sorry, but this stuff really does. It makes me angry. And rightfully so. Okay, so this is Heavy Duty Country's channel. That some of you click on his videos and believe the garbage that he fabricates out of his mouth from a cherry-picked still shot. Going on 9 months, every other day, a new conspiracy, a new shop-faced thumbnail that's going to blow the same lid off for the 8,000th time. Just take a look at this piece of shit's channel. And you should be embarrassed to know that you have been clicking on this garbage. You, somebody that claims to be smart, somebody that claims to be grown up, somebody that claims to care for the country, somebody that cared about Charlie Kirk, somebody that cared about what happens to our youth, is clicking on these videos and chugging down this garbage day after day after day, day after day after day, non-stop, day after day after day after day. It's a conspiracy, a new conspiracy that contradicts the conspiracy the day before. Never any evidence, never any proof, just wild, aimless speculation. Literally looking at a person holding a cell phone in a crowd of 3,000 people and going, see this guy? Wait till I tell you what he was doing. Taking a video clip that has no sound and narrating over it as if you know what that person in that video is thinking. Just insane stuff. I could go, this will go on for 5 minutes. He has posted a new conspiracy around a simple single gunshot every other day for 10 months without stopping. Not giving a rat's ass to the innocent people he accuses, not giving a rat's ass that he could possibly get the killer off in some technicality. Not giving a shit. All he cares is click, 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 please click, please click. Here's my sponsor ad. I mean, that should be convincing enough for people. And then you've got the absolute turd, Jesse on Fire, who just regurgitates everything Heavy Duty Country posts. And I am ashamed and embarrassed to have ever gave either one of them a view of any kind. What massive pieces of garbage. And then you've got Candace Owens, Megyn Kelly, and Tucker Carlson, and the Hodge twins just driving a wedge right down through the middle of the MAGA vote. And then, you know, the sick part is we're going to have to listen to Heavy Duty Country whine when the Democrats are back in power. And we'll listen to Jesse on Fire whine that the Democrats are back in power. And the Hodge twins will be whining because the Democrats are back in power. The whole time, they're campaigning for them every single fucking day. Got a midterm vote coming up. Instead of talking about all the wonderful stuff Trump has accomplished, we're talking about Lance Twiggs having a body double. You know, the conspiracy says it's hard to believe that a lone trans radical or left-wing nut would commit an act of violence when that's just absurd. They do it all the time. To now, he was shot, but Ted Robson didn't do it. A body double of his roommate did it. And you people believe this shit. You listen to it. The absolute absurdity. The absolute absurdity. Oh, they paved over the crime scene. Some of you watched way too many reruns of First 48 Cold Case. You don't even know why they would ever preserve a crime scene. You know, it's very rare to preserve a crime scene longer than it took to search it. As soon as they're done searching it, if it's a publicly owned place, they're not allowed to The police can't seize the college's amphitheater indefinitely. How long would it take to search a 3x3 patch of grass where somebody fell over dead from a gunshot that came from 140 yards away? There was never a suspect near that area. So what evidence would there be? You know, they preserve a crime scene to find a shoe print or cigarette butt they dropped or a quick trip gas receipt or you know, they look to see was the body dumped there? Are there drag marks? Could they find the murder weapon? Maybe a spent shell casing? None of that applies. So why would they be, what would they be searching for? Why would they need to preserve this 3x3 patch of grass where over 1 million people have watched Charlie Kirk fall over dead? What is there to find? What? And for the love of God, can somebody tell me who they is? Because I have continually heard they did this, they did that, they are covering up, they are lying. Who the fuck is they? Who's they? Be specific. This fucking wide net of anybody that says Tyler Robinson did it was in on some fucking multi-layer, convoluted, international assassination apparatus. And can't get a single one of these conspiracy nuts to answer simple questions. You know, if you guys are going to tout and carry and demand and slobber that there was some conspiracy, the least you could do is spell it out. What, how did this conspiracy take place? Who did what, when, where? Instead of just casting this vast net, they did it. Without ever saying who they is. Not one person pushing these conspiracies, not Candace Owens, not Heavy Duty Country, not Jesse on Fire, not Hodge Twins. No, they have never once said, this is what they did, this is how they did it. Here's the evidence. They just make these innuendos that are just, could be anybody. And the amount of people that you lunatics suggest would have to be complicit in a murder for this ridiculous conspiracy crap to have even been possible. My God. So we're going to go over that. And I'm going to challenge anybody that believes that Tyler Robinson did not shoot Charlie Kirk. I challenge you to a debate anytime, anywhere, any place, anytime. And you better bring some evidence, because there is a mountain of evidence against Tyler Robinson that frankly is just irrefutable, and you are demonstrably stupid if you think that evidence is not real. You're just demonstrably dumb. So let's get started. Okay, let's start right here. Now, they, whoever they is, we're supposed to believe that they. Now, the first thing I want you to notice is what's that just to the right of Charlie on that tripod right there? What the hell is that right there? What is that? What is it? Is that not a 4K camera? That looks to me to be a Canon mirrorless $8,000 camera with about a $4,000 wide angle lens on it. Anybody disputing that? Type it in if you don't think that's a camera right there. Is that a camera? What's going on here at this barrier with all these people standing right here looking directly at Charlie? All kind of people recording. There's a lady recording with a cell phone. There's a lady recording with a cell phone. There's a dude with a cell phone. And this is echoed across 400 square feet of field with 3,000 people in it standing elbow to elbow. Does anybody dispute this? Right now, here's your chance. Dispute it. Dispute that those people weren't standing right there at that barrier with that camera right there. All you conspiracy nuts, hey, heavy duty country, is just a crowd of people standing right at the barrier. Oh, I would guess less than 6 feet from Charlie. And there's a camera literally about 3 feet. Pretty high-end camera. I mean, you got the brains to derive what your eyes see right there? That camera was live streaming to thousands of people. This crowd barrier right here. Pull up a different shot. I just want to show you people how incredibly stupid these ridiculously impossible conspiracies are. Those people are packed in there elbow to elbow. Any dispute? Is that a fake picture? Is that AI? Did Israel fake this crowd? Did they go inside your brain and plant an image that's not there? And you simpletons have let some YouTuber that was in a different state convince you that something on his body exploded and not one goddamn person in that crowd noticed it. Not one person watching that live stream camera 2 foot off his right shoulder noticed it. Not one of the cell phone cameras in that crowd captured it or the sound of it. And you simpletons actually believe that something like that happened. You think that something could explode with enough force to kill a man instantly. To kill a man instantly. And people standing on all 3 sides of him, 6 foot to 40 foot back, wouldn't have heard it, saw it, smelled it, felt it. You actually believe a fairy tale like that. And you should be ashamed, because it is physically, humanly impossible for that to have happened. Impossible. Not something that could happen. Somebody would have saw it. Somebody would have smelt it. Somebody would have felt it. For the love of God. Any disputes? Who's ready? Who's ready to say that nobody would have noticed it? Just what I thought. So while you're helping the Democrats win the midterms, frothing at the mouth, telling people that this happened, that something on his body exploded with enough force to kill him instantly without making any kind of mark on his clothes, not having any kind of percussion anybody felt, not making any kind of an explosion sound that the people standing right there looking directly at him would have noticed. But instead, you actually see these people. If you watch the countless cell phone videos recorded that day watch them yourself. Don't watch them while Heavy Duty Country narrates what's going on, because he doesn't know what's going on. He wasn't there. Just watch the videos and you will see hundreds of these people standing right up here, instantly turn around and look back at the Losey Center, because that is where they'd heard a shot come from. And then they ran. Which way did they run in those videos? Which way did they run? Well, they ran forward towards where Charlie was. They didn't run back away from the sound you guys claim happened. They ran forward because the sound came from behind them. And then, you simpletons, and I mean simpletons, I just don't know how anybody could ever dumb themselves down enough to believe this absurd nonsense. This absurd nonsense. Place is surrounded by buildings on all four sides. There's a gap between Losey Center building and that other building where you can run out the back. There's a gap between the two buildings on the right where you could run to the right. There's a tunnel that goes under the building to your left, and there's a gap between the buildings you could run out front ways. Not one person ran away from where Charlie was. They ran forward, all of them ran forward straight out that opening right behind Charlie, out to the outside, to get away from the shot sound they heard coming from behind them. Are any of you ashamed? Are any of you thinking, oh man, why would I have ever believed something so incredibly stupid? And again, this goes back to none of you ever laying out exactly how this conspiracy took place. To suggest that somehow Israel, in short notice, was able to just recruit 2/3 of a campus's employees, 2 entire police departments, a hospital staff, an ER trauma unit, a longtime resident neurosurgeon, X-ray technicians, the state medical examiner's office, to all say, yeah, we'll help you murder Charlie Kirk. What do you need us to do? You guys actually think that happened? You think that the ER team, the ER trauma unit at the hospital, wouldn't know the goddamn difference between a gunshot wound and an explosion wound? A room full of doctors and nurses and surgeons that treat car wreck victims and gunshot victims every goddamn day. And here you're internet experts. You goddamn know-it-alls. Oh man, it was an exploding device. The hospital just said it was a gunshot wound. People that have lived in that area their entire life, grew up there, they have roots there, parents, families. They went to 8 years of college, spent over $100,000 getting an education. They've spent 10 years developing a career in the local hospital. They own homes. They have children, neighbors, friends, churches they go to. And you think that these law-abiding, professional, responsible people, medical people, would just suddenly agree to take part in a murder? How can you be that batshit stupid? I mean, that is moonbat stuff. I'll tell you right now, I can say with absolute certainty, there's no conspiracy humanly possible if it requires more than 2 people. If 2 people have to be complicit and keep their mouth shut, you might be able to do it. But if 3 people have to be complicit and keep their mouth shut, you ain't going to pull it off. And you sure as hell ain't going to pull off no conspiracy that would require hundreds of local law-abiding people that have, followed the law their entire life and invested in a college career and to all be complicit in the murder and never say nothing. But perhaps the most ridiculous, the absolute most ridiculous fact of all is whoever they is, because none of you conspiracy nuts can tell us who they is. If Charlie's own security detail was in on this, which is what you nuts should suggest, people like Heavy Duty Country, Jesse on Fire, Candace Owens, Hodge Twins, Tucker Carlson, Megan Kelly, want you to believe, and you do, some of you, that Charlie's own people were in on this conspiracy to kill him. And they had access to him 24 hours a day. They were with him all the time. And you want us to believe that they would go through all this fucking trouble of, to kill him in front, they could have killed him they could have been driving down the road and Harple could have just reached out and grabbed Charlie around the neck and choked him till he fucking quit breathing. No witnesses, right? It's only his security detail in the van and they're all in on it. And then they could say, he had a heart attack. We were on our way to the event. And he was really excited and he had a heart attack. And then if you can get a neurosurgeon to lie about a gunshot wound, well, hell, you could get him to lie about a heart attack too, right? So you take him to the ER and say, man, we were driving down the road and his heart just quit beating. He died. He must have had a heart attack. Neuro said, yep, had a heart attack. Wouldn't that be a whole lot easier than trying some unconventional exploding device that has no guarantee of working in front of 3,000 people, countless cell phone cameras, 20 or 30 campus police officers, a live stream streaming to thousands of people? But why would they choose to do this in such a risky way in front of all these witnesses and use some bullshit and have to recruit the hospital and surgeons and nurses and have to recruit police officers and all these people to be complicit? Well, all they had to do was kick the hotel room door open, shoot him in the head, go back to their room, go to bed and say, hey, somebody shot him in his sleep. You never know what these crazy left nuts will do. I mean, the stupidity you guys are engaged in. You got to get a grip. You got to pull back. What bothers me is you'll scrutinize actual evidence, but you won't scrutinize any of these ridiculous conspiracies. You look for reasons to support the conspiracy, and you get mad if something doesn't support the conspiracy. You're completely drunk on confirmation bias. And I just, for the life of me, wouldn't you eventually grow tired of clicking on Heavy Duty Country's thumbnails every fucking day? This is gonna blow the lid off. You ain't gonna believe this. Wow, this will blow the lid off. Game over. Every fucking day. Every fucking day. Day in, day out. Almost a year. One conspiracy contradicting the other conspiracy. They want you to believe that it's just impossible. Just fucking impossible that a 20-year-old left-wing nut could walk 3 blocks, walk up a set of steps, lay on his belly, aim, and pull the trigger. What is so fucking unbelievable about that? What? Charlie Kirk was not the president. He wasn't a politician. He's a private citizen speaking to a small audience at a college campus. For God's sake, there would be nothing suspicious about a 20-year-old kid walking around with a backpack. Nothing at all. Nobody would have even noticed him or looked at him or even paid any attention to him. There were 1,000 kids walking around with backpacks. There's kids walking around that campus every single fucking day. So why is it just so hard to believe that a 20-year-old kid wearing a backpack could walk into a college campus and walk up a set of steps and nobody stop him? What's so hard to believe about that? It is absolutely way more likely than some far-fetched exploding nonsense. Right? Right? Left-wing nuts, trans radicals, have been threatening and committing acts against conservatives and Christians nonstop since 2016. They have killed police officers. They have shot up churches. They breached the White House gate, shot 2 CIA or Secret Service agents, set St. John's Church on fire. They are arresting a trans radical nut committing an act of violence or about to commit an act of violence about every 3 or 4 weeks now. Consistently. Charlie Kirk was hated by the trans community. Hated. Because he told them truths they did not want to hear. And then they would grossly exaggerate the things he said, and people would listen to the other trans and alphabet people would listen to the gross exaggerations and out of context crap and never go listen to Charlie themselves. And they were led to believe that he would just say these horrible, hateful things that he never said. All he ever did was stand on the truth. A man cannot, no way, become a female. No matter what. It cannot be. And a man should not compete against women in women's sports, no matter how much makeup he puts on, no matter how much medicine he takes to grow boobs. Men should not be following women and girls into private areas. Men should not be wearing provocative women's clothing and reading storybooks to children at the library. These are just truths that Charlie Kirk stood on, and the trans radical people hated him for it and threatened to kill him every single time he spoke publicly. I want you to name me one. If it's impossible to believe, if it's so impossible to believe that a lone trans radical nut would commit an act of violence against a conservative speaker, then why does every single conservative speaker have to have security? Any takers? Anybody care to explain that away? And to set and dissect this case, knowing that they cannot release the evidence they have so that they can keep the jury integrity intact, the same way they do with every single murder trial in history. There is absolutely not one thing different about this trial than any other trial. They do not release evidence. And so for you guys to take one little snippet that they gave the media when they were looking for him to see who he was, they didn't know who he was yet. And for you guys to take that one little grainy shot and claim that's all they have of him, do you realize how dumb that is? I just showed you all those people with cell phones. You don't think the Utah State investigators were given videos you've never seen? I mean, say that with a straight face, knowing that probably 70% of that audience would record Charlie because they're looking for that viral Charlie Kirk debate clip where, he put some nut in their place. Everybody was looking for that video. So they would record Charlie every time he spoke. All those cell phones recording. Android, Galaxies, 1080p. iPhones, 4K. Incredible videos they make. Entire YouTube channels are made with iPhones. And you people have lied to yourself so much you think that the only videos available are the ones you have seen. I'll bet you the Utah State Police has hundreds of cell phone videos you ain't ever seen that show it up close and high detail. There were people about 2 feet back from the barrier that had their camera aimed right at Charlie. Go watch the footage yourself. I counted 4 people right there at the barrier holding their phone when that bullet hit his neck. Those videos have never been released to the public. But on all the cell phone videos that have been released, you can sure as hell see hundreds of people instantly knee-jerk turn and look back towards the Losi building. Charlie's right in front of them, 6 feet away. And you think something exploded right there, and they went and then ran forward. Do you think someone could set a firecracker off 10 feet from you and you wouldn't know it? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. Do you think someone could just set off a firecracker 10 feet from you in a big crowd and you not know that a firecracker went off? Yet you believe something exploded with enough force to rip his neck open and kill him instantly. First try. Didn't even have to practice it. If he would have been bent a little bit this way or leaned back this way, or maybe it was hot and went like this, it wouldn't have worked, right? So risky, so hard to pull off. And yet you think that's possible. And nobody noticed. In fact, they all thought they heard a gunshot come from behind them instead of something exploding right in front of them. You got to do better. Do you guys want the Democrats back in office? Is that what you want? And do you want the person that killed Charlie to get off scot-free? Because that's what you're doing. Some of you that tout these conspiracies, you know it's not true. You just want to be part of it. Heavy duty country knows full fucking well this shit he says is bullshit. Candace Owens has said in text saying on the day Charlie was shot, but yet she tells you she doesn't believe he was shot. You know how many times she has said that? There's a lady on, I can't remember her name right now. She's on X. She's got every one of them screen capped. Candace Owens has said when Charlie was shot, the day he was shot, when he was shot, like 30 times. Yet she tells you it's impossible that he would have been shot, that something exploded when she's doing her live stream. I just want to know, is there anybody, just one person here, that actually does believe that something exploded with enough force to kill Charlie and not one person there noticed it? There is nothing even remotely hard to believe that a radicalized 20-year-old could drive his car into a neighborhood, park it, take 2 screws out of the stock of a rifle he's had since he was 8 years old, shove it down his pant leg, take the barrel, tuck it down his back, put his backpack on over it, and walk straight-legged on one leg 3 blocks, walk up a set of steps where there is an event going on, and there's thousands of kids around with backpacks and shit. People are everywhere. People are every fucking where. People are every fucking where. And you think it's impossible for a 20-year-old person, totally healthy, to park a car, take 2 screws out of the stock of a goddamn gun, shove the stock down his pant leg and the barrel down his back and put a backpack on it, over it, and walk 3 fucking blocks, and then walk up a set of steps. Not climb like Spider-Man, not jump around like Spider-Man, not, do all this gymnastics. He walked up a goddamn set of steps to an observation deck that's open to the public on the top of the Lucy Center. What in God's name is hard to believe about that? What? Somebody tell me. Why is that impossible? Anybody? I'm asking. I want to know, how is that possible to believe? What makes that something that just could not have possibly happened? Then you would be a fool. Then you would be a fool. And I'm sorry, but you're just foolish. Not everybody in the government is lying all the time. Not everything that happens is a conspiracy. And I feel sorry for you if you believe that. In fact, no conspiracy has ever been proven. You name me one fucking conspiracy that's ever been proven. You can't continue to make accusations that the government's, everything's been a conspiracy and never once providing any evidence that would support it. You being just paranoid is stupid. Do politicians lie? Well, fuck yes. Do police lie? Yep. But for you guys to think that they're all so smart and genius that they can work in unison and pull off some multi-layer, convoluted conspiracy that would take 200 fucking complicit people that followed the law their entire fucking life. Those things are not possible, Gen X. It's not possible. Those things cannot happen. They only happen in cartoons and Agent 007 movies and stuff. There's not enough smart police officers to assemble a fucking conspiracy and pull it off. They're doofuses. Most of them have barely graduated college and were a fucking mall security guard, and then they took a 6-week course and now they're a cop. And you guys think they would be able to pull off some massive fucking conspiracy? It's ridiculous. They can barely write a fucking police report. And hold on, I'm gonna. I don't know what else to say. It is not hard to believe that a college-age young man parked a couple blocks from the campus, took two fucking screws, two Phillips screws out of the stock of his gun and separated it from the rifle body, just tucked the stock down his pant leg. He didn't walk stiff-legged for 3 blocks for no fucking reason. What makes you think he would walk all that way and then take one step at a time going up those steps and never bend his leg for no reason? There's no gun stock in there. He's just doing that. There's not one thing even remotely hard to believe at all that a college-age kid could have showed up at that campus that day with college kids running all over the fucking place, take 2 screws out of a rifle he's owned since a child, been hunting and target practicing with, growing up his whole life. The family's owned the rifle since his dad was in the goddamn war. Some of you don't even know where a 30-06 came from. You don't even know why there's a gun called a 30-06. And you sit and you tell lies to yourself. It's not hard to believe. You just watched me tuck something exactly the same size as that barrel down my back. Did you see it? Would you have seen that? If I had a backpack on over it, walking down the road, bunch of other kids around, same age as me, I wouldn't stand out at all. They say, oh, there's a college kid with a bum leg. They wouldn't even take notice. And then I hear people like Heavy Duty Country, Jesse on Fire, Hodge twins saying, well, I don't believe he was able to climb up the side of a building. Didn't have to climb. There's steps. Go right now. If you don't think there's steps, go look at them. Go to satellite view right now and look at them. The picture they released to the public that his parents ID'd him with was taken on those goddamn steps. You see video of him going up the goddamn steps. And he couldn't climb the side of a building like Spider-Man. There's nothing hard to believe about that. And if one of you has some way of convincing me that would be an impossible thing to happen, I'm ready to hear it. Because ain't a doubt in my mind, any 20-year-old could have parked, did exactly what Tyler Robson did, and walked straight in that campus, walk around, talk to people, and then go up on the roof. And nobody would have even thought he was suspicious at all. And you refusing to believe something doesn't mean it's a lie. I'm tired of hearing that shit too. If you refuse to believe something, that's on you. But you cannot call something a lie simply because you refuse to believe it. You have to have some proof to prove that it's a lie. And I haven't heard a lie. I haven't heard any. I tried to tell you when Upchurch was doing that shit. Now you listen to me. That was just so ridiculously far-fetched and stupid. And then a video surfaces showed exactly what happened, and you refuse to believe that. That's just, you do yourself such an injustice. I guess some of you like the Democrats being in charge. You don't want Trump running the country. You want a bunch of Democrats telling you what you can and can't do, raising your taxes, causing rent to go up, propping the goddamn border wide open, just letting all kind of fucking third world monsters come in. You want that again? Because that's all you guys are doing is just dividing everybody with this fucking nonsense. If you can't spell this conspiracy out, how it was done, you've got no business claiming it happened. Because they can tell you every step Tyler Robinson took that day. Every step. And now, I want to talk about, I predicted that they had him on video pulling the trigger about 8 months ago. I'm sure some of you remember, the video's still up. And I didn't pull that out of my ass. You see, unlike you guys, I don't let people tell me what's in a video. I watch a video and see what's in it for myself. I wouldn't watch a video with no sound of Brian Harple and the other two guys jumping over a table to see what they could do to help Charlie, actually narrating, going, seeing what he's doing. Yeah, he's removing the squid now. And you can't see anything. That is so ridiculously stupid to watch a video like that. Watch a video yourself. Do not let someone narrate it to you. And when I watched all the videos, I knew right away they likely have him taking the shot. Now, how did I arrive at that? Well, a couple of reasons. One, I'm not stupid. So I know better than to watch conspiracy channels for information. I'm not looking for a confirmation bias fix. I'm looking for facts. And I've watched Paramount Tactical and Gray Hughes Investigates videos where they went to that campus and they spent 2 days there. Unlike Candace Owens, unlike Heavy Duty Country, unlike Jesse on Fire, unlike the Hodge twins, unlike Tucker Carlson, unlike Megyn Kelly, and the rest of the conspiracy nuts, Ian Carroll and all the fucking... None of them went there. But these two responsible guys did go there. And they retraced Tyler's every step. From the parking garage, to where he went to go eat, to where he parked in the neighborhood, to where he walked, to where he went up on the roof, to where he jumped down, to where he fled, to the patch of trees. There was a path that led up through a little patch of trees that would get him back into that neighborhood, and he was forced to leave the gun there. And we'll get into that in a minute, because unlike you guys' conspiracy, everything that happened with Tyler Robinson is tied together like a thread. Shit like that don't happen coincidentally or by accident. And they followed every step Tyler Robinson took that day. Every step. They talked to the man that owned the property on a live stream. Talked to him. He gave Gray Hughes Investigate a video nobody had ever seen. He took them on a tour of the property. They looked at every vantage point possible to see, could there have been a shot come from somewhere else? So they checked every possible vantage point. And there wasn't any, but the one Tyler Robinson had. Yeah, you could just look at one and think that it looked good on camera, but what you left out was the 3,000 pairs of eyeballs there that day. All those other vantage points were wide open sight. You could even see them from the street. No way could anybody have been in any of those other spots and not been seen, not stick out. Because you aren't supposed to be on those roofs. The reason why Tyler Robinson didn't get everybody's attention is it wasn't unusual for students to be up on that goddamn roof. There was an observation area up there for when bands come and play in the amphitheater. Is any of this making sense to you people? Gray Hughes took his GoPro and he put it on a long pole and he held it up in front of the security camera that overlooks the Losi Center. So we could sort of see what that camera might see. And that camera could see that entire rooftop. And that was the moment I knew they have him on camera taking the shot. Because it was a clear line of sight. I mean a clear line of sight from that security camera to that vantage point where Tyler laid down and pulled the trigger. There was nothing obstructing the view of that camera. And there's something else that I noticed. Because I don't click on conspiracy thumbnails. I sort of look for facts. Stuff that's credible, like somebody that's responsible, somebody that's got a little wisdom. I noticed that security camera is an Amcrest high-end unit. Those have CMOS chips. They're digital, mirrorless. And they have 100 times digital zoom. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. I'm sorry if that fact won't help you believe a conspiracy happened. It is a fact that camera can overlook that entire rooftop. And that camera is a very high-end Amcrest, mirrorless CMOS with 100 times zoom. And I mean, the digital zoom on those is crisp. And I knew that moment they had him taking the shot. And that was 8 months ago. And guess what? What are you talking about? You can clearly see him running. They haven't released that video to the public yet, you simpleton. Why can't you guys grasp this? Why? Why can't you grasp reality? They cannot release that to the public before the jury sees it. Stop this stupidness. Come on, man. You are gotta be smarter than this. You cannot possibly be this stupid. Why can't we see him running? They showed an unzoomed, low-res snippet to the public of him running. But you bet your bottom dollar, buddy, they've got that whole video and they can 100 times digitally zoom it. And the jury will see that. You bet your ass they will. And I don't care what you say. See, here's what you did, Nola. Because you're not smart, right? You don't have any wisdom. You clicked on a conspiracy shock face thumbnail channel and listened to a conspiracy shock face thumbnail channel. Play the worst, blurriest possible version of that video they could find, while they stand there telling you, see, he don't have a gun. I don't see no gun. See. Isn't that exactly what you did? Instead of going and looking at the video yourself, the one the police had, not the one Heavy Duty Country showed you, not the one Candace Owens wanted you to see, the one the police had that was released to the public. Because on that video, you can clearly see he's carrying a gun wrapped in a black towel. You could put a blinder over one eye. See, he's carrying a gun wrapped in a black towel. He drops it and picks it back up. He literally drops it and picks it back up. You can clearly see it. So sorry, you fed yourself wrong information. You went to a conspiracy channel instead of just fact searching. And you can bet your ass, Noah. You mark my word. Hold on a second. No. You mark my word. They got that whole video. That camera, God damn it, overlooks that whole area. You just can't change that fact. It does. It absolutely fucking does. It's just a fact. And by God, it is a Amcrest CMOS digital zoom 100 times high-end brand new security camera. One of the best ones you can get. And so what that tells me is the rest of them probably are too. And for you people, they showed the high-res version to a handful of people in the courtroom Friday. Very credible people. No, Noah, you can't see it. It won't be released to the public. I don't know what it's going to take for you to understand that. It's like talking to a rock. You can't deny something you've never seen, you dipshit. Do you realize how stupid that is? You ain't never seen it. Don't show it. You ain't never seen it. That's you wanting there to be a conspiracy when there's not. That's you in full confirmation drunkenness. Which is just dumb. Why do that to yourself? Why lie to yourself? Why trick yourself into believing something absurd? Noah, explain to me why it's hard to believe that a 20-year-old could park a car and walk 3 blocks up a set of steps, aim a rifle, and pull the trigger. Why is that hard to believe? It's happened a gazillion fucking times. It's happened so many times, and yet you go, because I think it is. I don't believe it, so they're lying. So childish. I'll get to everybody's comments. We're going to go over those. And believe me, if you've made a stupid comment, I'm going to shred your ass. You can't make accusations without having any way of explaining them. You can't claim that there was this huge assassination apparatus that they did without saying who the fuck they is. How they did it, how they went about recruiting all these people at the hospital, how they went about recruiting all the people at the camp. How did they do all this? And why, if Charlie's detail was in on it, why did they just kill him along the road before they got there? And not have to deal with all that shit? Why do such a risky assassination when they could have just fucking zapped him anywhere where nobody was around and said anything? Oh, had a heart attack. I mean, if they can get the hospital to lie, make fake bullet fragments, and say an explosion wound, a gunshot wound, well, in fact, they can get the hospital to say it was a heart attack. Don't you think there, Noah? I want a goddamn answer. Yes or no? I'm asking you a question. Do you think if they could trick the hospital or convince the hospital to lie and say a gunshot wound or an explosion wound was a gunshot wound and come up with fake fat bullet fragments, plant them in his body, take an x-ray, couldn't they just say he had a heart attack? Yes or no? See, he's too coward to do it. He knows what the answer is. If Charlie's team was going to assassinate him, they would have assassinated him where they didn't have to go through all that fucking trouble. They just killed him along the road. They could have just pulled up beside him and shot him. Harple could have just reached up and grabbed him around the neck and choked him out. They could have shot him in his hotel room beds. Could have shot him walking from the airport to the rental car. Instead of waiting until he's in front of 3,000 people, hundreds of fucking cameras and a live stream and police officers and those pesky internet kids with their doggone Googles and stuff. Those meddling YouTubers messing up this Scooby-Doo episode. I'm pissed because of what you're doing. People like you know what you're doing. Helping Democrats get back in power. Helping divide the greatest political movement in history. The first time, for the first goddamn time ever in my life, Republican voters had a fucking voice. And you little bastards are fucking it up. Supporting some fairy tale. There is no way humanly possible. It is physically impossible. Like if I told you that you could take a 4-wheel drive truck and shoot a log chain hooked to a rocket up to the moon and have the rocket like orbit the moon 3 times and wrap the log chain around the moon, and that you could pull it with a 4-wheel drive truck to a different location if you wanted to. Would you believe that, or would you say that's just absolutely fucking absurd? Well, it is just as absurd to suggest something could explode with enough force to kill a man instantly, right in front of people, hundreds of people holding their cell phones, looking directly at him, 6 feet at the most away. And they don't notice an explosion, but instead they hear a gunshot and turn around and look behind them. That, son, is physically impossible. That cannot happen. Nothing like that can happen. Only in a cartoon, maybe. And it is impossible to recruit an entire ER trauma unit, X-ray department, neurosurgeon, and state's examiner to all get together and tell the same lie that an explosion wound was really a gunshot wound. That is not possible. What if you asked one of them to be in on the conspiracy and they said no? Then what? I mean, how did that conversation go? Noah, hey man, I mean, I know you went to college and everything, and cost you, about $180,000 to get your medical degree, and you spent all those years in residency, and you got a decade invested in this career, and I know you got this beautiful wife, and that home you bought, man, that thing's stellar, and man, those kids of yours, they're just growing so fast. I just love that. I just love your fucking Power Stroke truck, man. And that bass boat you got. God, it's so nice. Heck, I'm gonna ask you a favor, dude. We're gonna assassinate Charlie Kirk, and we're gonna use an explosive device kind of like those pagers Israel used that completely exploded those people into pieces. Remember them pagers? Burnt their clothes all up and stuff. We're going to do that. Only we're going to put it inside of a microphone the size of a peanut. And Charlie, he's not going to notice. He's going to clip that thing on. This is going to work like it always did. It's going to feel the same, look the same. And then we got a guy in the audience. He's going to scratch his ear 3 times, fart twice, and then raise his cell phone up. And when he does that, that's going to explode, shoot out, do a U-turn, and we're going to crush his neck. Make it look like a gunshot wound went in there or something. So here's what we need you to do, Mr. Doctor, that spent years developing a career with a wife and family and home, and a bass boat and a truck. Mr. Doctor that grew up here, we need you to recruit all the ER nurses, the other ER surgeons, all say this explosion wound is actually a gunshot wound, because we've got a patsy. We've got a patsy that's going to come there and be seen on video with a gun, but he's actually not going to use it. And then his parents are going to ID him, and he's going to voluntarily surrender and confess. Are you in? Can I count on you? Mr. Doctor says, fuck no. Hell no, I ain't doing something like that. Now what, Nola? You got the floor. Now what? Everybody thinks something exploded. Now what? One of the people they needed to recruit said no. Now what? I'm waiting. Just what I thought. Fucking crickets. Because it's the most stupidest goddamn thing ever fucking concocted. I actually, honest to God, I'm ashamed for you people that believe this shit. I'm ashamed for you. What's the latest conspiracy from the conspiracy thumbnail channel called Heavy Duty Country that doesn't give a rat's ass, if Democrats are back in power wrecking your fucking life? All he cares about is getting some clicks. What's his latest one? Well, it wasn't Tyler Robinson. That's impossible to believe to have done it, even though it's not impossible because that shit happens all the time. It was a body double of his fucking roommate. For the love of God. Candace Owens claims that now, before it was impossible to believe that Charlie was shot. Well, now she believes he was shot, but he was shot because he refused to kill her. These are the people you guys go to for information. Why don't you watch Gray Hughes' channel? Well, because he just deals in facts, and those don't support your conspiracy. You can go to Gray Hughes' channel, and you can see every step Tyler Robinson took. You can see exactly where he parked his car. You can see every step that he went up. You'll see him fly a drone and hover literally right over where Tyler Robinson laid down and shot Charlie. And I don't give a fuck if you refuse to believe it. That doesn't mean it ain't true. You can literally still see his fucking knee prints and elbow prints in that pea gravel. Plain as fucking day. And no, he didn't have to jump down 20 feet. 8 feet. A 20-year-old can't jump down 8 feet. Because if you watch the video, and the actual video yourself, instead of watching Heavy Duty Country narrate the video for you, like you stupid asses do, you would see that he stepped down on a small awning above the window that took 5 feet off the jump. And guess what, kiddos? Guess what? When they flew their drone over that area, guess what you can see? You can still see his perfect Chuck Taylor tennis shoe footprint with the same oddly worn heel, because he walks pigeon-toed. And you can see a full handprint with all 4 fingerprints still in that chalked paint on that little metal flashing over that awning. You know, when the sun shines on something painted for years and years, it'll get real chalked. And if you put your hand on it, the oil in your hand will make a permanent fucking print. And by God, you can clearly see those Chuck Taylor tennis shoe prints. See, this is stuff you guys haven't seen because we don't release evidence to the public before a trial ever. And yet you guys have been frothing at the mouth, discussing the evidence for 9 months, the evidence that you have never seen, because it has to be protected so that you can have a fair, honest trial. I've been on this fucking planet for almost 7 decades. And there is more evidence in this case than any murder case I've ever known about. I've never seen a murder case where you have the suspect making threats to kill the victim. Then video of him arriving at the scene, driving around, parking in the parking garage, and then walking around the campus looking for a good vantage point. And then once he found one, he goes back to his car, drives around aimlessly, and then drives into the neighborhood across the street, where you see him on video go by multiple houses. This ain't just like the one video snippet you guys saw on TMZ. They have multiple videos of him, you simpletons. That one investigator he alluded to, they had near 200. Think about that. And they got him on video going by house A, going by house B, going by house C, D, E. Lots of people have doorbell ring cameras these days. Lots of people have security cameras these days. Every business has cameras these days. And he is seen driving into the neighborhood in his car with his aftermarket unique wheels and his aftermarket unique exhaust tips. They have him on camera parking across the street from a house that had a doorbell cam. And that cam recorded his car sitting there the entire motherfucking time. Recorded him get out of the car and walk straight-legged back to the campus, where he goes past those same cameras again. one after the other, walking with a straight right leg. And I've heard these people say something so stupid. This is how stupid Nola is. You want to know how stupid he is? He would say this. He switched legs. So, you didn't have, because he switched legs magically. So we know the video's AI. Because he knows too stupid to know that a security camera or cell phone camera has a little tick radio button on it that says mirror, not mirror. And depending on whether you've got it set to mirror or not mirror, the image might be reversed. See, Noah's not smart enough to ever figure that out. He never switched legs. It's just when he went to a different camera, they didn't have theirs set to mirror. When the other camera was set to mirror. They're privately owned cameras. They got him on camera, walking all the way back. Then the camera that sets in the tunnel records him going down the tunnel steps, one step at a time, holding on to the goddamn rail. And you can see the bulge of that stock of that gun clear as fucking day. If you want to see it, it's there. If you don't want to see it, well, you're a dumbass. But if you want to see it, you can see it. It's right there. Great big ass bulge. Nice, square, perfect shape of the gun stock. Then there's a camera that picks him up when he comes up out of the tunnel and goes down the sidewalk. He walks by several other students with backpacks and shit, and a couple of people acknowledging him and kind of nods at some people. Got that on camera. Then he goes in the building, up the steps, out the door on the second floor, because on the second floor of the Losi Center, that's where the patio doors are that takes you out to the mezzanine deck on the rooftop of the goddamn building. He didn't have to climb. He didn't have to be Spider-Man. He literally had to step over about a 2.5-foot riser. That's it. And they got him on video laying down behind that riser, putting the stock back on with 2 simple screws. Only he makes a big mistake there because he left the screwdriver. That screwdriver is probably that's the one thing that probably got him caught so quickly. And I'm going to explain why that is. So he put the stock back on the gun. Because, if you were walking around with a whole ass rifle, you would be noticed. You would stick out. So he had to take it apart and conceal it so he wouldn't stick out. And that is what he did. It's not impossible. That's not hard to believe. That is exactly what he did. I just showed you. I just fucking showed you how simple something like that would be. He lays down behind the wall, he puts the stock back on with 2 Phillips screws, and he leaves the screwdriver. And then they have him on video. I want you to pay attention to me. They have him on video. Not grainy video. Very good, clean, 100 times zoom, digital CMOS, high-end Amcraft security camera video. With absolutely nothing in the line of sight between the camera and that spot. Wide open. They have him crawl into position, take aim, fire the shot. He then immediately wraps the rifle in a black towel, and he holds the rifle down by his leg because his pants are black. And he runs, swinging the rifle in unison with his right leg so that the rifle did not stick out. He runs to the back of the building. He puts the rifle under his armpit. He uses his other arm to like slowly slide down onto this little awning that's sticking out, and then jumps off the awning down onto the ground. And when he does that, he drops the rifle. You have it on video. He scoops the rifle back up and goes running across the road up into this pathway that goes up beside where they were starting to build a house. And he was going to stop there and take the gun back apart, conceal it just like he did before, and casually walk back to his car and get the hell out of there. But guess what? He forgot the screwdriver. And that fucked him. Because he had to stash the gun and leave without it. Because he couldn't go walking through the neighborhood with a rifle after somebody was just shot on the campus. His car was about a quarter mile from them. The excavator operator who was clearing that property. Now, I'm sorry, you conspiracy nuts, but you need to listen. This is the evidence that they have. Just because you haven't seen it yet don't mean it ain't real. They describe it in detail in the arresting documents. And so far, nothing they've had in the arresting documents turned out to be untrue. There was an excavator operator clearing the patch of land right above that little patch of trees. And he spoke to Tyler Robinson. He spoke to him. Hey, what's that? Hey, care if I cut through here? Oh, hey, what's going on over there? Oh, yeah, I think somebody got shot. But they caught the guy. Oh, okay. He said, yeah, I'm just trying to get out of here quick. You care if I cut through here? And the operator said, no, I don't care. And he walked on through there, back to his car. The whole time he was texting Lance Twiggs, confessing. Don't care if you think his texts are weird. That was all debunked. All that shit. Young people don't talk this way. They don't use these words like vehicle and squad car. Well, guess what? Yes, he does. That's exactly how he talks. And in fact, most people on the spectrum overuse proper words like that. And we know Tyler Robinson talks that way because Candace Owens posted a very deceiving video of him talking to a police officer after getting in a fender bender accident about a year before. And he's describing to the officer what happened. And he said, well, I had my vehicle over here. And when I pulled out, he ran into my vehicle. Candace Owens cut that out. She, because that doesn't support a conspiracy. And she wouldn't want a real small simpletons like Noah to hear it. Because she's got to keep Noah fooled because he believes fairy tales real easy. He's a gullible dumbass. He thinks something can explode right in front of somebody and they wouldn't know it. He thinks a gunshot can sound exactly like an explosion, or an explosion can sound exactly like a gunshot when they sound nothing alike. You can hear the gunshot on any one of those cell phone videos that was recorded that day. That is not an explosion, it's a gunshot. And you can hear it crack and then echo through them buildings surrounding that little area. Then you go, exploding devices don't sound like rifles, not even close. He gets back to his car, texting Lance Twiggs the whole way, fucked because he left the screwdriver, and now the family's valued antique rifle that his dad's breathing down his neck to send a picture of is sitting in the woods. And if they find that rifle, he knows he's cooked. So he drives around aimlessly, goes to a Dairy Queen, dumps a few of the maroon or the shirt he had, and I think he got rid of the black pants there at the Dairy Queen. I'm not 100% sure on that. He's seen on the Dairy Queen camera. And no, it's not a grainy image. You can't see. It's a perfectly good image. You haven't seen it yet because you've got to protect the evidence for trial. But you can bet your ass it's as good as any other camera. He goes home in a panic. He's running around the apartment, whining and crying to fucking Lance that I wish I wouldn't have done it. He writes a real heartfelt letter to his parents, totally confessing in his handwriting, in his own handwriting. And his parents gave that to the police. His parents told the police, yeah, that's our son on that picture. And yes, that rifle you have, that's our rifle. Because Tyler Robinson's parents are a lot like me. I love my son, but if he assassinated somebody, I would turn him in. Most responsible people will. Because the alternative is him being on the run and being shot by police. And so after he writes the heartfelt letter to his mom and dad, you guys have tricked yourself into believing that all this is made up. I want you to see this stupid question right here. What kind of camera do you think they have? Be the same kind of camera any other goddamn fast food place has, gas station or convenience store, wouldn't it, you goddamn dumbass? I couldn't imagine being that immature. Like a fucking 12-year-old. The stupidity to think you couldn't, if someone held a GoPro up in front of a camera and the model number of the camera is right on the fucking side of the camera, and you can look at those cameras online and see what they are. I don't care if I don't give a fuck what you think. That's an Amcrest high-end security camera, digitally says 100 times digital zoom, right on the son of a bitch. If you guys only knew how foolish you make yourselves look, how people look at you and think, God, how stupid. Why do you want everybody thinking you're just dumbasses? Why would you want people thinking you're just incredibly fucking stupid? I'd be embarrassed. I'd be totally embarrassed. Ashamed of myself. So then he starts whining to his parents that he's going to kill himself. And so they start urging him to turn himself in. And they, along with a neighbor, met him upstate and drove with him to go voluntary surrender and confess. And you refusing to believe that doesn't make any of it a lie. It just makes you stupid. There are too many connecting, moving parts. You can't discount any of it away. You can't explain how something could explode and all them people standing right there not notice, but actually turn around and look behind them. That's a provable fact. That is what happened. You can't explain how they would have recruited an entire ER trauma unit, a neurosurgeon, and a state's medical examiner to all lie, saying an explosion wound was actually a gunshot wound and then actually plant bullet fragments. You can't explain how Israel would have been able to recruit all of those professional people into being part of a murder. You can't explain what would have happened if one of them would have said, no, I want no part of that. You can't explain why it's hard to believe that a 20-year-old could walk 3 blocks up a set of steps, aim a gun, and pull a trigger. What is so goddamn hard to believe about that? Especially knowing how many times these left-wing nuts and trans radicals have shot people, for God's sake. It's happened so many fucking times since 2016. I mean, they have ambushed police officers and shot them. I just want you to know I'm embarrassed for you. This isn't going to be forgotten what you guys did. The damage you guys did to the MAGA movement with your fucking made up Scooby-Doo cartoon, and then being just slobbering, unreasonable idiots, denying any evidence that would convict any other murder case. You guys pretend it's nothing. DNA's nothing. Screwdriver with him and his roommate's DNA on it, nothing. Tool used to engrave the bullets with his DNA, roommate's DNA on it, nothing. Bullets engraved, nothing. Bullet fragments matched to the spent shell cartridge found again. Oh, that's nothing. Video of him coming there. Oh, that's nothing. Video of him taking the shot. Oh, that's nothing. This conspiracy that I have no evidence at all for, that's what happened. He can't jump around like Spider-Man. None full fucking well. There's steps. Nobody jumped anything. He walked up a set of steps. Thinking that the videos you've seen are the only evidence they have. Knowing that they can't release anything till trial. So the only thing you've seen are just low-res snippets. Enough to ID the son of a bitch and arrest him. You can't explain why a 20-year-old in college would just decide to destroy his life and confess to a goddamn murder he didn't commit that has the death penalty. You can't explain why someone's own fucking parents would ID him and say, here's the confession letter you wrote me if it ain't true. What parent would set their own child up to be framed for a murder case with death penalty? Do you realize how insane this conspiracy is? How unbelievable, how humanly impossible it is? It's not the wrong camera type. Absolutely is not. Give a fuck what you say. I saw it with my own goddamn 2 eyes. It absolutely is an Amcrest high-end security camera. Absolutely is. I looked right at it. So fuck you. Tell me what I looked at. I don't tell lies. You guys tell lies. Upchurch tells lies. Conspiracy theorists tell lies. Heavy duty country tells lies. I don't tell lies. I got no reason to lie. I don't want the Democrats back in power. I don't want the MAGA movement divided. I don't want the murder of Charlie Kirk to get off. I don't want to destroy Charlie Kirk's legacy. I have more responsibility than that. There's nothing to gain by lying. You say something that stupid, still can't explain away just simple questions that would make your conspiracy come to life. How did they recruit all the people necessary to pull it off? Just tell us. Who's they? And what did that conversation look like? Where did it happen? Where did they all get together to get in unison and synchronize everything? We're talking the entire ER trauma unit. We're talking the state medical examiner's office. We're talking the entire campus police department. And we're talking the Utah State homicide investigators. You see, you guys keep talking about an official FBI narrative. That's a lie. There never was one. There was never no FBI narrative. That's just something Candace Owens said 20 hours into the case. Not having any access to info you didn't have. Just something she blurted out. I don't believe that a lone shooter shot Charlie, and I just don't believe that. 20 hours in, no evidence, nothing to support it, just her pulling shit out her ass. And that's all you guys have done is support everything she's pulled out her ass since. She's contradicted herself so many fucking times that ain't funny. Egyptian planes, turns out she couldn't even read fucking time zones. Who would be they on these airplanes? Following people around. Who is they that got Tyler Robinson to be a patsy? Who's the person that got to be Lance Twiggs' body double and risk going to prison? Not a single one of your conspiracies can you detail beyond just saying it. Beyond just saying it. When did they put this exploding device? When did they hook it up? When did they do all this? Where'd they get it from? How were they able to explode this fucking thing and it worked perfect the first fucking time, not make a burn mark on his shirt at all, and fool everybody standing right there goddamn in front of it? So you can't explain any of these things because they're not possible. That's why you can't explain them. You can't explain why it's hard to believe that a 20-year-old could walk a few blocks, up a set of steps, lay down the gravel and pull a trigger. And then step down on an awning and jump down about 8 feet and run away. What, like that's just some impossible thing. It's not impossible at all. It's exactly what happened. And if bet your ass, if this wasn't having an effect on your future the way that I know that it will, I wouldn't care. I'll be in the grave pretty soon. There's no skin off my ass. But I got sense enough to know if this MAGA movement can't stay intact and get all the goddamn corruption and theft and embezzlement and fucking voter fraud and shit and fucking foreign influence out of our country, your future is going to be growing up and growing old is going to be very different than mine. Your opportunities are going to be greatly reduced. And you're not smart enough to look 2 days out, let alone 20 years down the road. These midterm elections are so goddamn important because if the Democrats are back in power, it's right back to the same old shit. The first thing they're going to do is try to impeach Trump. Next thing they're going to do is block everything he tries to do. Iran has been a problem since I was like 7 years old. And I'm almost 70. Iran's been a problem that long. Nobody's ever had the courage to put an end to it. They've said if they get nukes, they're going to use them. I tend to believe them. So Donald Trump has the courage to just fucking finally take care of the shit. And not a single U.S. soldier life put in danger. And you guys can't even support that because Tyler Robinson didn't shoot Charlie Kirk. You don't have any way of proving that. You just refuse to believe it for some stupid reason. There's nothing that suggests that it's hard to believe. There's nothing that suggests that he wouldn't have been able to do it. There's nothing to suggest he wouldn't be able to fire a .30-06.
The lie, the unmitigated lie, the gross exaggeration that a 30-06 would always leave a big, huge fucking exit. That's just such a lie. It's been debunked a gazillion times over. They literally make the ammo right on the goddamn side of the box. It says fragmental. It's designed to do specifically that. And you go, it's impossible. It's impossible. It can't happen. This head would have can't clear off. There are people alive that have been shot by a 30-06 with fragments trapped in their body, and they're walking around alive. Go right now. You can go to any search engine, any AI search engine, any reference source, and they will give you names, dates, cases where this has happened before. I don't believe it. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe that for a minute, but I believe that you can recruit a whole hospital, and I believe that hundreds of people standing 6 feet from someone wouldn't notice something explode with enough force to kill them. I believe that. I believe that. Sure do. Because, you know, I don't have any way of explaining that. I can't tell you why it's impossible to believe, but it's impossible to believe. I can't tell you why Charlie's own security wouldn't choose to assassinate him in the dark of night where no one's around, but instead decide to do it in front of a huge crowd and live audience and live stream and a bunch of police officers and a bunch of those meddling YouTubers. Because you know that would be easier to pull off, do it in front of a big crowd, than would be to just do it in the dark of night where no one's around. No, yep, I know. Ain't that something? They did that and everything. The peoples did. They lied to the peoples, Noah says. They lied to the peoples. They exploded his neck. And then they got the people at the hospital to save the gunshot wound. And then they got him to like get some pieces of metal and like grind them up and make them look like bullet fragments and put them in his body and take x-ray. That way, when Tyler Robinson went and voluntarily turned himself in and confessed like we told him to do, you know, we could have this court hearing and everybody in the court could lie and sentence him to death. Because Charlie Kirk. Ain't that right, Noah? Ain't that what happened? Listen, somebody like you saying act your age. Somebody like you that thinks an entire hospital ER trauma unit and neurosurgeon with lifelong careers, homes, families, children, expensive educations, people that abided by the law their entire life would lie and be complicit in a murder, and you tell me to act my age. You're a fucking idiot. You're the type of person I'd slap like a child if I ever stood in front of you. You're that stupid. Nothing's serious. Everything's a big fucking joke, ain't it? Well, you think it's a big joke when you're 40 years old and you can't buy a home because the Democrats you're helping elect right now, because you're stupid. God gave you specifically, Noah, God gave you just enough brains to keep from shitting your pants.
if you had one brain cell less than what you have, you'd be walking around shitting yourself. You'd be as dumb as Heavy Duty Country is, posting a new conspiracy thumbnail every day for 9 months. Listen to this dipshit.
But who cares? But who cares?
Well, you know, you don't care because your mommy pays for everything. You're not smart enough to have any desires, any aspirations, any dreams. You're not smart enough to ever want anything bigger than what you have. You just plan on mooching off your mom and her 14th live-in boyfriend in the spare bedroom of their rented mobile home the rest of your goddamn life.
Who cares?
Well, if who cares, then why are you running around slobbering that there was a conspiracy? If it don't matter. It matters because Charlie Kirk was a good person. It matters because Charlie Kirk did a lot for young people. Did a lot for this country. Did a lot for the president. It matters because he had a wife and young children that are going to read and see this shit you people are vomiting all over the place in just a couple years. That's why it matters. You're another one ought to be just slapped right upside the head like a fucking stupid girl. I am well, I hit a few of these comments and I got work to do. But until one of you can explain just like a preamble of how this conspiracy was possible. You can't even do that. You can't even post a preamble, like a brief description of how it was done. But it happened. Yet they can retrace Tyler Robinson's every step that day on video with DNA, fingerprints, footprints, ballistic evidence, confessions. That's unbelievable. But this conspiracy that I can't even give you a preamble description of, that's possible. It's the most retarded stuff ever. I just want all you people who are pushing this conspiracy, just how dumb you look. And you do. You look incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid to believe such fairy tales. It'd be one thing if this stuff was possible. Like, if it was actually possible that Israel could recruit an entire campus police department, Utah State Homicide Division, entire hospital staff and ER trauma unit, long-established neurosurgeon, state's medical examiner, Tyler Robinson's own parents, if they could recruit all these people to take part in the murder cover-up and then come up with some explosive device that, for one, could go from the right side of his shoulder to the left side of his neck in a downward motion, even though it would have had to have traveled up, and look exactly like a gunshot wound, sound like a gunshot, and not one person standing right in front of him would notice. Even if that stuff was possible, then maybe, you would look like such stupid idiots. But it's not possible. Something like that's not even possible. It's not even possible for something like that to happen. No such device exists. Those exploding pagers, Israel's blowed those people to bits. Their clothes were burnt. Their limbs were blown off. You can't set a firecracker off in front of 100 people 10 feet away and them not notice a firecracker went off. Let alone some big explosion strong enough to kill a man.
It is not even slightly hard to believe that a healthy 20-year-old could take a rifle he's owned since childhood, take 2 screws out of it, tuck it in his clothing, walk 3 blocks, walk up a set of steps, put 2 screws back in, lay down, pull the trigger, and run away. There is absolutely nothing hard to believe about that. There's nothing unusual about it. It's happened before. Anybody could do it. It's ridiculous. And if it didn't have such an effect on this country's future, what you're doing, if it didn't have an effect on Turning Point USA and the positive grip they had on our youth, finally, an organization that wasn't a left-wing lunatic rag-pushing propaganda that had the attention of our youth. And you low fucking class scumbags have done everything you can do to destroy it, based on a fairy tale. Accusing a grieving widow with small children of killing her husband without a speck of evidence to support it. We get some more fucking retards. I'm very racist against colored bullets. I don't like them colored bullets. God damn. What in God's name does a gunshot have to do with race, you simpleton? How do you guys function? Nolan, I really want to know, okay, like, when something in your life happens that like is going to require like, you know, a confident decision, do you go get someone? Do you go like get your parents involved? Do you have a friend? Or do you just walk around shitting your pants and just letting people take advantage of you and fill your head full of nonsense all day? I mean, I'm serious. Because if you don't get a grip on yourself, Nola, and learn to process rational reasoning and apply common sense and know that you should never, ever click on a conspiracy thumbnail and believe anything you hear. You should be skeptical of everything you hear on a channel like that. Every word you should scrutinize and go, that what? If you can't do that, if you don't have the rational reasoning to do that, Noah, I know that you're a bumbling idiot and you will be taken advantage of your entire life. Every job you get, you'll be the lowest paid person there. If every time you buy a vehicle, you'll pay way too much for it. Every time you sell something, you'll sell it for way less than what it's worth because you let the person Jew you down. Everything you do in life, you'll fail at if you don't learn to apply rational reasoning. And if you think anybody but Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk, you lack rational reasoning, which means your life's fucked. You're fucked. You're going to be poor, broke. You're going to live in a dump. You're never going to own a home. Never going to have a good paying job. Nothing. So, if you think that's funny, let it be funny. Excuse me for giving a shit how your life turns out. But if you keep believing in these fairy tales, you mark my word, 40 years from now, you'll be as broke as you are today. Don't know that demons are at play in the voice of Candace Owens and Heavy Duty Country and Jesse Umpire and Hodge Twins and Megyn Kelly and Ian Carroll, those are Satan's demons tearing down every bit of unity Charlie spread
and tearing down the MAGA movement so this country can be ran by fucking Satan's helpers. Because that's what the Democrat Party is. They are just absolute hell bent on destroying this country and sexualizing children. If you don't have the rational reasoning to know that you cannot be discussing evidence you've never seen. You can't be accusing grieving widows with little children of murdering. How are you going to feel? I want to know, Noah. How are you going to feel if one of Charlie's kids reads the slobber that you have typed on this goddamn fucking internet? You going to feel good about that? When Tyler Robinson has been put to fucking death for the murder of Charlie Kirk because the evidence was undisputable. And Charlie Kirk's children are now teenagers and they're reading the garbage you and people like you slobbered all over this internet. How's it going to make you feel? That's why somebody just needs to slap you so hard your teeth come loose. None of you can explain why it's impossible to believe that Tyler Robinson did it. None of you can explain how an entire hospital and police department and homicide division and state's medical exam can all be recruited to take part in a murder. None of you can explain any of that. But we can explain in great detail, one after the other, exactly what Tyler Robinson did. All with facts. And just because you refuse to believe them doesn't make them not facts. It just makes you stupid. It just means you're just incredibly dumb. I'm going to hit a few comments and I'm out of here. I got work to do. And I hope some of you got sense enough to just wake up and go, wait a minute. This, it looks like Tyler Robinson did this. I got to use my common sense here. I got to stop watching these conspiracy thumbnail channels. Look. Exactly right, Bobby. And this is the shit they do. Okay? You can explain it to them till the cows come home. That video snippet they have seen of Tyler fleeing was only posted, only made public when we didn't know who had done it yet and we were trying to ID who did it. There was no FBI official narrative. There never was one. They had the Utah State Police gave a press conference about 18 hours into the case, just telling the public what they knew so far. They showed a still photo of him standing in the stairwell, hoping somebody would recognize him. They showed the grainy shots of him running across the roof, in case somebody saw that person running. Maybe they'll come forward and say, yeah, I saw that. And guess what? That is what happened. Hundreds did. Excavator, right away. Yeah, I talked to that kid. That was the reason why they posted that. Not because that was the only video they had. They do not, I want you to listen real slow. Scoot up to the fucking desk. They do not ever release evidence
in a murder case that could put someone in prison for life or put them to death before the jury has seen it. Why can't you wrap your fucking brain around that? That is not the only video they have. You have not seen all the evidence. So quit saying, oh, they got so good and shut up. That's all they have. Ask Nola, he'll tell you. Oh, they got the Guinea shot. The people's only got this Guinea shot. That's all the peoples have. Hey, man, check out my new car, man. I bought it off my neighbor. I gave him $350 for it. I know it's all rusted out and everything. It's got 855,000 miles on it and the engine ticks, but man, I really worked hard for this. That's Nola in 30 years. Because he can't apply rational reasoning. He just doesn't have the brain capacity to look at something and rationalize it. You know, you got to think for a minute. You got to look at that picture. Okay, here's what you got to do, Nola. Okay, you got to first you have to unsubscribe to Heavy Duty Country. You need to do that today. Right now, today, just unsubscribe. Unsubscribe from Jesse on Fire, okay? And then I want you to every day, I want to help you, Noah. I want to help you have a successful life, okay? So I'm going to give you some advice. Unsubscribe from Heavy Duty Country right now, today. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe from Jesse on Fire. Unsubscribe from Candace Owens. Any channel that posts a shock face thumbnail saying there's some other person that did something to Charlie Kirk, unsubscribe today. And then for the next month, I want you to, every morning when you get up, I want you to look at still photos of the crowd that was there that day. Every morning for the next 4 weeks, the first thing when you get out of bed, you go to Google and you say, spectators, the day Charlie was killed. Crowd, the day Charlie was shot. And just look at them. And then start to apply some rational reasoning. Okay, go, well, now wait a minute. There's all these people standing right here. How in the world could this black speck over here on his right shoulder launch something, a projectile using explosives that would put a downward hole in his left side neck? And this guy right here with the brown shirt, he doesn't notice. This guy right here with the white shirt, he doesn't notice. This guy right here with the white hat, he doesn't notice. None of these people notice it. And I want you every day do that for the next month. Because I got to get you deprogrammed. If we're going to salvage your future, we have to deprogram you. Then, for another 30 days, I want you to find as many cell phone videos that were recorded that day as you can find. If they're on a conspiracy channel, don't even look at them. Only look at ones posted by the OG person that recorded it. And I want you to watch the reaction of the crowd when you hear the very, very, very distinct sound of a rifle shot. Not an explosion,
like echo off the buildings. And I want you to watch the reaction of the crowd. So you can see they all turn around and look back towards the Losi Center and then run forward. If something exploded right in front of this guy right here, this guy wearing the white shirt, do you think he would turn around, look behind him, then run forward? See, there's that rational reasoning again. Then you ask yourself, if all those people there wouldn't have seen Charlie's team stuffing the wound, do you know how many people said, yeah, we saw them stuffing that wound? There's like 30 people that saw them rendering first aid. What about the guy that, you know, and I kind of forgot about this. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see if I can find it real quick here. Okay. I want you to know, no, I'm only doing this because I care. I don't want you to live poor all your life and drive an old beat up car that you paid 3 times too much for and be the lowest paid person where you work. I want you to have a future, a bright future, where you can maybe accomplish some things. Okay? So we got to deprogram you. So for 30 days, you've looked at pictures of the crowd, and now you know that there's no damn way something exploded and not one of them people would have noticed. And you know there's no way they would have turned around and looked behind them if something right in front of them exploded. And you know that they would run away from the gunshot, not towards it. You know these things. You also know that it is absolutely not hard to believe that a 20-year-old dressed like a college student couldn't walk around a college campus unnoticed, walk up a set of steps, lay down and pull a trigger. There is absolutely nothing hard to believe about that. Doesn't have to be any helpers. He doesn't need any help. No, he can do it all by himself. Let me pull this up. Now, forward is Charlie Kirk sitting under that tent right there. Right, Noah? Hey. Set up straight and pay attention. Damn it. Charlie's sitting under that awning right there, Noah. Let's watch what happens. You ready? Noah, what did you see? Did you see everybody looking back to
towards the Losi Center? Did you see the little Antifa punk go, hell yeah? Looking back, right where Tyler Robinson laid and took a shot. Wonder why they done that, Noel. You got any idea? What were they doing when they did that? When all those people turned and looked back towards the Losi Center, right after you heard the crack sound of a rifle, what were they doing? Because, I mean, something exploded right in front of them, right? So why are they turning back? Why is that guy looking back, cheering, if something exploded in front of him and there's nobody on the Losi Center building to cheer to? You need screamed at for being so stupid and reckless with your future. Well, Noah, you got anything to say for yourself? You can't explain that, right? You cannot explain, rationalize, tell anybody why on earth would have those people turned around and looked back towards the Losi building when that sound of that rifle was heard? If indeed there was an explosion right in front of them. Why? Tell me. I want to know. I mean, least you can do is try to explain it away. Could the peoples, they only have that one grainy video the peoples do. There's only that one grainy video the peoples have. I hope at least one of you is embarrassed and just isn't going to watch that trash, those fucking conspiracy thumbnails anymore, and you're going to stop trying to destroy Charlie's legacy, and you're going to stop trying to divide MAGA, and you're going to stop helping the Democrats win the midterms. You're just going to stop it. Stop supporting these channels that are being paid to do this. They're being paid to do this. They're being paid to destroy every goddamn thing we've worked for since 2016. And you're helping them do it with this stupid cartoon shit. And I mean cartoon. Appreciate you guys turning in. Rational reason, Nola. You need to learn to use it.